Hello, welcome to another episode of NFL Family Fight with me and my family. First of all, I have my big brother, the man, the myth, the legend. We got Charles Jr. who won. Charles, I'm sorry, Chuck, who won last week. You know, he came out here strong last week and did his thing, and he ended up having the most wins last week. And now for the season, for the first 4 weeks, Harold is still in the lead, but he's only in the lead by one game above Charles. I can go ahead and tell you those exact numbers. Let me see. We got Harold at 42 wins this season so far. We got Chuck at 41 wins so far this season. We got me in third place with 39 wins this season, and then we got Curdy at bringing up the rear, but he's coming up with 37 wins this season. All right. So without a whole lot of ado, I've already introduced the leader of last week. We got Charles Ragsdale. We got my big brother, Harold Ragsdale of Hustle Muscle Inc. doing great things out there. And then we got my big cousin, Curtis Murray of Kurt Cares, doing great things out there as well. And then yours truly, Daryl Ragsdale. You could always see me at the Standard of Hope podcast, where I am the orator. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get involved. Chuck, what games you have for us and how we going to do this today?
Okay. First of all, I would like to ask everyone to like and subscribe to the Ragsdale channel. Share this podcast, YouTube, and help get my brother established on his YouTube channel. So we're going to start off. The first game is a Thursday night game, and that's going to be the Bears. They're traveling to the Commanders to take on the Washington Commanders. We're going to start it off this week with Harold.
Bears. No. That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Commanders. Easy.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Daryl?
I also got the Washington Commanders. The Bears suck this year. No other explanation needed.
All right.
Ain't that right, Curdy?
That's right. Same
All
team.
Right. Kurt, you going with the Commanders as well?
Yeah, I can't. I ain't even thinking about it.
Man.
You know, those the Commanders played the Eagles, gave them everything they can handle. And of course it's a division game. You know how that goes. So yeah, I'm going straight Commanders. Okay. And then I'm gonna start us off with the Jaguars. They'll be playing over there in London, I believe. I know they're the international game this week, and they'll be playing the Bills. And with that game, I will pick the Bills to beat the Jaguars. Now it's back on you, Kurt.
Bills.
Okay. How about you, Daryl?
Oh, he said Bills. Okay, yeah. I'm going with the Bills, Buffalo Bills as well, man. They beat Miami last week.
They sure did.
Buffalo messed around and beat Miami last week. Beat them good too.
Beat them like they stole something.
Yeah, it's like they got that swagger. They got that swagger back. So I'm going with Buffalo.
All right. And G.
Man, I'm going with Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly.
Okay. Well, we're going to turn it back around to you, Harold. And this time it's going to be the Titans traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts.
This is a tough one. You know what? They playing in Indianapolis.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, give me them Colts.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. How about you, Daryl?
Man, I like Derrick Henry and them Tennessee Titans. I've been picking them almost every week. I think they're going to win again this week. They won. They beat somebody last week. Who did they beat last? Who did Tennessee beat last week? They beat Cincinnati. We all thought that. Yeah, they beat Cincinnati, and we all thought that Cincinnati was going to win that game.
We all got it wrong.
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee.
Okay.
And they're both 2-2.
Right.
But
All right.
the Colts are in first place in that division.
But the division consists of, the Houston. That's probably the worst division in football.
But the Colts have a black quarterback that's playing. He's balling out at home.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tennessee has Derrick Henry.
I
and
agree
and,
with
and if I'm not
that.
mistaken, DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
They got a squad.
D-Hop is a prima donna.
Okay.
Oh, now you
And,
hurt
who did we just
you
leave
hurt me
off
with that
with?
one.
Okay, I think we're on Kurt, right? Have you picked Kurt?
Not yet. Man, I just don't believe in the Titans. I'm sorry, man. Give me the Colts in a field goal game. Give me the Colts.
All right. Okay, with this one, I'm going with the Titans. This is a tough pick, but I'm gonna go with them. I'm taking the Titans. All right. So I'm gonna turn it back around to myself. We have the New Orleans Saints playing the Patriots. The Patriots, they really laid an egg last week. I think their quarterback might be. He got yanked, so he probably lost a little confidence. But the Patriots are always, they always find ways to, fix their problems and come back strong the following week. But Derek Carr is not playing that well either. But you know what? I'm going with the Saints. Come into New England and beat Bill Belichick and the Patriots in New England. I'm hoping this game, I have a feeling I may be wrong about this one, but I'm going with the Saints. How about you, Kurt?
Ooh, man. I can't pick the Saints. I can't pick them. So give me whoever the Saints is playing.
How about you down for the Patriots? All right. How about you, Daryl?
Now, this was a harder game for me to pick than the last game was. Everybody said that Tennessee and Indianapolis game was going to be hard. I don't think Bill Belichick is going to come out and lay another egg the way he did last week. I think he's going to have his team ready to play. And I think that give me the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to come out and win this week. Just based on Bill Belichick and his coaching.
Okay. Okay. What do you say, Harold?
Saints marching in. They're done. The Patriots are done. Bill Belichick, that style of coaching, that style of whatever. You know what? He's still a great coach, but you can't be great with mediocre talent.
Okay. So you picking the Saints?
Yeah. I have no confidence in that quarterback.
Yeah, that's who's hurting him.
That kid is butt, man. He's like booty fart.
Yeah, they put him, he benched him. He sure did. All right, then. We got you down for the Saints, Earl, and we're going to kick it back off with you. This is the game. The Ravens are going to Pittsburgh to take on.
Hey, the Ravens will beat them. Steelers got some issues. I don't know where they're coming from, but Baltimore is at 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers sitting at 2-2. And I think Jackson is starting to find himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even going to be close, man.
Okay. Okay, Durham.
Man, y'all talking like Lamar Jackson is new to this, man. Lamar Jackson only been doing this since he's been in the league. You know what I mean? He's a great quarterback. He's been a great quarterback. He's been an MVP in the league. The boy is cold. When he's not hurt, he's cold. And right now, he's not hurt. And he's playing against a Pittsburgh team that got beat by my Texans last week. Let's go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Follow that Texan.
That you?
Ravens.
All right. You know, the Steelers came out week 1 and just bombed totally out. And then the following 2 weeks, they bounced back. And I said, okay, Steelers are starting to play Steeler football. They're getting it together again. But then they came out and laid another egg last week. So, I'm not used to seeing Steeler teams up and down like that. Usually when they get on track, they're consistent. I have a lot of issues with them this year. So I went with the Ravens as well. Okay, so we got a clean sweep with the Ravens all the way around.
Chuck, tell me this, man. Tell me this so I can pick your brain a little bit. So with that coach out there in Pittsburgh, you know how quick the NFL is and these NFL owners are to pull the trigger on black coaches. Now, this man has been successful for years. If he continues like this, you think his job is on the line?
Well, I'm going to put it like this. Pittsburgh has a lot of patience with head coaches, but they're always winning. They had Chuck Noll as their coach they've only had a couple of coaches there. So they don't really get rid of their coaches really quick. I think the last one before him, Iron Chin, Bill Cowher, he had the shortest tenure so far. I think Tomlin has passed him up. So I think after this season, if he lay another egg 2 seasons in a row, I think they'll get rid of him. But Pittsburgh is good for holding on to coaches. Their owner don't fire coaches very quickly. Okay, so
I get afraid whenever a black coach has a 500 record in the NFL, the way these NFL owners are, boy. You could have a winning record, take your team to the NFL to the playoffs or something, and lose in the first round, and a black coach would get fired. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else. They do that in the NFL, man.
Yeah, I think there may be a little bit of pressure on them not to be too quick to fire him. And I big props to the Steelers leadership. Their ownership for giving the man the reins, giving a brother the reins, and holding on to him and giving him plenty of opportunities, because he have had maybe 1 or 2 bad seasons in Pittsburgh. They love their football down there. So yeah, big props to him. I think he has another year. I do. And he always have a tendency to turn it around. But last year they failed to make the playoffs too. So this year, it's hard to say, but I'd be surprised if they let him go after this season. After next season, and it's the same thing, then I'll say that, they'll probably go ahead and give somebody else the opportunity to come in and take over that football team.
And they're going to strategically do it because he's going to dismiss himself.
Yeah, he might step down. You never know.
Yeah,
and get hired before he can pull his Pittsburgh Steelers stuff out.
I'm not sure how much time he has on his contract, though. How much does he? Is he still under contract for a few more years, or where is he at?
I don't know what his situation is. But it's gonna get I think that he's got he's still got that one option of firing the defensive and offensive coordinators, getting a new staff before he gets ousted. He can still clean house himself, call the defense. Whenever you see him take back over the defense, it's hard times, but that's what he'll have to do.
Yeah. All right, then. So I guess I kick this one off. The Texans are playing the Falcons, and you know what? Both of them have rookie quarterbacks. They're playing in Atlanta. And this is my upset pick. You know what? I'm going with the Texans. How about you, Daryl?
That's a good pick, Chuck. Oh, and Tomlin's I just looked it up. Tomlin's contract ends at the end of 2024. $11.5 million left on his contract, ending at the end of next year.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This year and then next year, if you don't get it done, they won't extend this contract. They haven't
Um,
extended
man,
it, so you know what's up.
Yeah.
man, I love my Texans, and y'all hear me say this every week. But they're gonna have to do it one more time before I jump on the bandwagon and start picking them. They've let me down too much. I've been hurt. I've been scorned. I've been, I've been, you know what I'm saying? My walls is up. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
can't be hurt no more like that. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
can't take you back. I can't take you back. You know, not
Guard your
yet.
heart.
You got to show me a little while longer that you're gonna be good to me. And when I see that you're gonna be good to me just a little bit longer, then I might decide to take you back. But right now I can't do it. So I'm going with Atlanta. I'm assuming that the Texans are going to fall back down to earth a little bit. I think again, the week before last, I really think that was a fluke win. I don't think that it was just because they played well. I think they played well, but I think it was defense and special teams that really won the game, not really because the offense was great. You know what I'm saying? But then last week, I think that win 2 weeks ago gave them some confidence, and they came out to play this past week, right? And
Yeah.
they put it on them boys this past week. They look really, really good. Now, I've seen this before. Texas, where they'll look really, really good, and then they'll come out the next week and they'll lay an egg. That's what I'm saying. I've been hurt before, so I'm trying not to get my hopes up. I'm trying to keep it, trying not to make my picks emotionally. And I'm trying to pick my picks with reason. And right now, I just think that the Atlanta Falcons have a better team than the Houston Texans, right? More established team. So I have to go with that, and I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons, man.
Okay. All right, Kurt.
Man, at the beginning of our season, I said that the Texans would be better than what we thought. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. Give me the Texans, and I don't know if it'll be that close.
Pearl.
I'm
Going with light skin, G.
I'm going with the light-skinned quarterback, C.J. Stroud, who threw for 1,212 yards thus far. Got a receiver by the name of Collins.
Yep.
428 yards. What? Say, man, them Falcons went overseas in 40. Say, man, Texas.
Now,
do
y'all realize? Do y'all realize? Just 2 weeks ago, I was the only person who chose the Texans over Indianapolis. Everybody was like, them Texans suck. And I was like, I think my Texans gonna be able to win this game. And y'all was all they suck. Now, 2 weeks later, everybody's picking the Texans but me.
Hey,
Man, Al B. Sure is alive. Christopher Williams is alive. Okay. The yellow
One-hit
boy is
wonder.
back, baby.
I'll be sure.
What's his
I'll
name?
be sure it's a one-hit wonder. See, we showing our age now.
CJ Stroud is he in there like swimwear.
Yeah,
The yellow is back, baby.
Hey, I'll take a game on this one. If y'all, I actually want y'all to be right on this one. So
Yeah,
if
he's
y'all right
breaking
on this one
records,
and I'm
man.
wrong, I'm good.
Like his
You
numbers,
falling back to 8-8.
yeah,
his
his numbers.
7-7.
You got
All right.
numbers, man.
Yeah. All right, Pearl, we're gonna turn it back around to you again. The Panthers are going to play the Detroit Lions. In Detroit. Who do you got?
Boy, hey, them Lions are roaring.
Mhm.
Better go with the Lions.
They roaring in their own den.
Yeah, you better go with the Lions.
All right, Daryl.
Panthers are inconsistent.
Yeah, they inconsistent. Carolina's inconsistent. They lost their last two games to Seattle and to Tennessee. Not to Tennessee. Who did they lose against last week?
They 0-4.
Yeah. Oh, so
Carolina's winless, man.
they
would be
just
out.
They
lose.
0-4, bro.
Yeah. I'm going with Detroit. Let's go with Detroit.
All right, Kurt.
yeah, the Panthers stink. Give me the Lions, man.
Okay, I'm gonna follow that cab. I got the Lions as well. And so no explanation. It's just they're 0-4. I don't see them winning anytime soon, to be honest with you. Okay, so the next game, I'm gonna turn this back around. We got the Giants going to play the Dolphins. And the Dolphins got beat by the Bills last week, but man, they're gonna turn it back around this week and beat the dog breaks out of the Giants. Giants are having problems. And yeah, the Giants, they're gonna miss the playoffs this year, big time. So
Right.
I'm going with the Dolphins to win, and I don't think they'll put up a 70 spot, but they might put up about a 40. Dolphins. All right. Next, Kurt.
So yeah, all of y'all gonna be on the Dolphins, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You
Well,
want
I
to
ain't
go?
no fool either. I ain't no fool either. Give me the Dolphins.
All right, there. All right, there. I thought we were gonna get us a lone wolf
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get another game in there.
there. Yeah, I thought I was gonna get to pull up a game on you, boy, but that's all good. All right, dude. All right, Durham.
And I've been talking about them Dolphins all year, man. They got beat last week, but I think they're gonna bounce back. Dolphins.
Okay. And G, her. What's up, bro?
Man. Tyreek. T Hill, baby.
T Hill. I'm all there. I'm right there with you, boy. He's the best receiver in football right now. At least second best. I know he's the fastest. All right,
Okay.
then. We'll turn it back around to you, Herb. We got the Bengals, who stink, for going to play the Cardinals, who's playing some pretty tough football at times. But they're playing in Arizona. Who you got?
Man, I got the Bengals, man. Arizona's inconsistent. They're in last place. I like the Bengals running game. They got to get it together. They 1-3 right now. Arizona is 1-3. So I'm gonna give it to the young quarterback, and then they got the running back out of OU. What's his name?
Mixon.
Yeah. They got some running backs out of OU. I just think that quarterback is he's a little too much for the Cardinals, man. Dobbs is, don't get me wrong, I might be wrong on this one because they both 1-3. But I still feel before it's over, the Bengals gonna push some teams. It ain't over, as Teddy Riley say. It ain't over.
Okay. How about you, Daryl? Who you picking in this game?
Man, this was a hard one for me because I've been riding with Cincinnati all year. And the only win that they got was that barely victory that they got not last week, but the week before last. And they almost lost that one. You know what I'm saying? That was a close game. They almost lost it. And they don't look good. What's the name out there talking about I'm always open and he ain't throwing me the ball. He just got to throw me the ball. He out there mad. And then last game they didn't throw him the ball. It's a lot of there is a lot of confusion out there in Cincinnati, man, right now, and it's really, really bad. Arizona is just a bad team. But what's tripping me out about Arizona is that I think that the ownership is trying to lose because they're trying to get that first pick, right? Get that quarterback. But the doggone coach don't know the assignment. He coaching these boys up, and these boys are playing hard every single game. Y'all seen these boys have been out there playing well.
Yeah.
There's no talent, but they've been playing hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And pushing these other teams to the brink. So it's like, man, the coach don't know the assignment that the ownership is trying to do. Ownership's like, yo, man, we done everything we can to make y'all as sorry as possible. You out here trying to win games. So with all that being said, man, this is probably the one that I play tug of war with the most. And it's so hard for me to change my direction because I've been riding with the Bengals all year. I think if I get cheated on, I think I stay with, I don't know, because I think I'm gonna stay with Cincinnati, man. I can't pull myself away from Cincinnati. I want to give them another chance. You know what I mean? I want to give them one more chance because all that talent, they have all that talent out there on the field, and they just can't seem to bring it together. But I'm at some point, man, they're gonna turn it around. So I'm going with Cincinnati, Chuck.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't know if I'm gonna be right, but
Man, I love Burrow and everything, but I'm not wishing this. But Joe is hurt, and I think the Cardinals gonna put him out of the game, man. I think the Cardinals play a brand of football. Now, San Francisco ended up beating them by 19, but for 3 quarters, it was they playing some ball, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Burrow can score enough and not turn the ball over. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm out on the limb, but give me the. This is an honest. I just think the Cards play a more physical brand of football right now, and like you say, Daryl, they got dissension. You got your receivers bitching and complaining. Joe hurt. I'm gonna go with the Cards.
All right. So my pick on this game, I was I thought about what you said earlier, Kurt, and I think you're absolutely right. Bengals usually start off kind of slow.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bengals' backs are against the wall right now. And I think that's what's going to cause them to respond. I think that's how they're going to go into Arizona, and I think they're going to get that win. They don't have a choice right now. Their backs are against the wall. They're competing with the Ravens and who else? The Ravens and the Browns. The Browns are over there, and to stay in it, they're going to have to get a dub this week.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking with the Bengals, and I think Burrow have enough in him because he had enough in him to get it the week before last. So yeah, I'm going with the Bengals in a close one, but I think they go in the road and get it done. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it back around, and we got the Eagles going to play the Rams out there on the West Coast of California. And my pick is I think the Eagles will be 5-0. It's not going to be easy because the Rams are solid to me.
good team.
They're off to a slow start, but I'm going with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. We follow back around with you, Kurt.
They're playing at Los Angeles?
Yeah. Nobody's going undefeated, so be a good week to pick them to lose.
It's
I'm trying to bait them, y'all. I'm trying to hook them.
Give me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles. I don't want to pick them, but yeah.
All right. How about you, Durham?
What's that old phrase y'all be using? I've never heard it before, but y'all always use it. Is it follow that cab?
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow that taxi. Man. I like Philadelphia, man. Hey, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna probably be high scoring knowing the Rams, but
yeah.
I think Philadelphia is gonna win it.
All right, then. How about you, Harold?
It won't even be a good game. Eagles. If y'all do your research, they 0-1 at home. I mean, they haven't won anything to do. They're garbage at home. LA right now. So Eagles 5-0 or 6-0 after this game. I think they'll be 5-0.
5-0, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the quarterback is from.
Okay. How about those Sooners? Sooners for life, baby.
Already.
All right, then. So we're gonna stay with you, man. And we're gonna get you to pick the Jets are traveling to Denver to play the Broncos
I got
Denver got their first win last week. So who you got?
I got the Broncos for the simple fact they playing at home. And then I watched the Jets, man. The Jets is in it was like the coach was praying to God for something to work right. I mean, and then I saw the coach get he got a unsportsmanlike penalty in the fourth quarter.
Sore loser, man.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, your team is, and the commentators that just said he's a very level-headed coach. I'm like, dude, if every time they put the camera on him, he was cussing. And then finally he got that that bad behavior penalty on him and unsportsmanlike conduct.
At the end of the game,
they lost, man. The Jets are lost. And I looked at my boy up in the box by himself, Rodgers, man. He just itching to get back out there. But I gotta go with Peyton. I just can't believe Sean Payton going. He's not going out like a sucker, man. He'll get rid of Sierra first.
Okay. All right, Durr. Who you got, D?
It was 3 games. On my spreadsheet, whenever I'm marking my wins and losses, I always mark them with an X, right? And if it's a game I'm not sure about, I'll put an O, just so when I'm looking at it and we're going through, if I think of something else that makes me want to change my mind, I'll change my mind. But I know that I wasn't quite sure about that game. It's 3 games this week that I put O's. In each one of those games, I chose the home team to win it. The New Orleans, New England game, I put an O for New England. You know what I'm saying? I said, I figured, the home team will win it. The Houston Atlanta game, I put an O in front of Atlanta. Houston's playing good, but I put an O in front of Atlanta. I went on and because Atlanta's that home team, I think they're gonna win the game. And I'm doing the same thing with this one. Both of these are 2 bad teams. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't know which one. The way Sierra has been playing and that team has been playing, I mean, I don't have any faith in them. But they are playing at home this week. And I think that might be the difference. And that might go ahead and give them a win. So I'm going to go ahead and change that O to an X and solidify my pick right now with Denver. I think Denver going to win it. Let me not say that. I'm going with Denver. Let's say it like that.
All right. And it's on you, Kurt.
Well, I'm looking at the game. I believe Russell Wilson is 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with over 1,200 yards passing so far this year. I think it's something like that. However, before they came back and basically Chicago gave them the game, Chicago had them down 28-7 or something like that. They just gave up a 70 burger, the defense. That Zach dude, he was the offense I think they found something at the Jets where they can manufacture points. I'm not a believer in the Broncos defense. I think they're worse than Zach Wilson is. So give me the Jets in a close game.
Okay, with me, I know the Broncos are the home team. And I watched the Jets, play the Chiefs, and they did impress me, with their defense. They play good defense, they were keeping Pat Mahomes kind of bunched up because he's the best in the business when it comes to finding escape lanes to get out of those rushes, but they was bottling them up pretty good. In the second and third quarter, they physically, did their thing on the Chiefs. And I think that they're coming along. That quarterback looks like he's playing better with a little more confidence. They're taking the reins off of him and letting them open it up.
And it's the type of throws he made.
Yeah, he made
shoulder,
back shoulder throws. Yeah, they
time dumping it over the.
All right now. So with that being said, and then another thing, man, the Broncos, there's a little bit of heart here. My heart's in it because the Broncos is in the AFC West and I hate it. So I'm going with the Jets. All right, right. Then I'm gonna
So
turn
they
it back
still gonna
around.
kick him. He missed chip shots too. Say,
Okay.
man,
Yeah.
they just
He
had
did.
an off night.
Yeah.
When your
Okay. Yeah, he
coach,
missed a couple of kicks that hurt him.
when your coach is getting unsportsmanlike conduct,
Yeah, because it was some bad calls on the other side. I mean, she's got some bad calls against. That wasn't even a safety actually, because the face mask came within the field of play. It wasn't in the end zone. But with that being said, he's a sore loser. I
very
think, I don't like him.
That's
But
Xerxes. Have y'all
he
seen
will have them boys ready to play this week, and I think by them losing a game like that, I think that's what's going to put the fire under them to go in there and beat Denver. Maybe it's my hatred for Denver that's saying that, but with that being said, I'm gonna flip it back around, and this game, y'all needs no explanation, because the Chiefs are going into the dome to take on the Minnesota Vikings, and Minnesota's 1-3, but they're not going to be easy to beat in Minnesota. But I think the Chiefs are going to go in there, play good, solid defense, rattle Cousins, and shut down Jefferson. This is not my brain, this is my heart. And I think the wide receivers are going to finally wake up and start making some catches. I think Pat has to start trusting his wide receivers a little bit more. Isaiah Pacheco is coming in on his own. I think he needs to be the full-time guy and just keep CEH over there on the bench. I was never sold on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's just not that good to me, and that's probably a really bad, probably not a popular statement because people love that guy, but I'm ready for us to get rid of him. All right. So my pick is the Chiefs. It's not like y'all, surprised about it. But how about you, Kurt?
Well, I said I wasn't gonna go out no more limbs, but look, Kansas City been trying to lose to bad teams all year. They really have been trying. So this week, I think they accomplished their goal and lose a high-scoring game to Kirk Cousins. And I know all of y'all on Kansas City, so this will be my jump up on you. Give me Kirk Cousins.
Thank you for allowing me a little more space. All right. How about you, Daryl?
Kansas City Chiefs.
It pains him to say that, but yeah. But all right, Earl.
Derek Thomas.
Huh?
Derek Thomas.
Okay, you going Chiefs?
Christian McCoy.
Okay.
Next game is a fun one for me.
Hey, this is a good game for you to kick us off with, Mr. G. The Cowboys going to the 49ers.
It's on me.
Yeah, we turning it back around.
I ain't gonna make my comment. I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna let my head girl.
Who is that?
I can't see it. I don't know what it say. What it say? Is that San Francisco? It look like it's black and red.
There it is.
Oh my God. You going with the Niners?
Got to.
I can't believe that.
I'm going.
Okay.
Well, I could.
I thought I was gonna get to separate myself a little bit. I thought y'all
No.
At least you and Kurt.
Until they get hurt, until McCaffrey and what's the quarterback in Purdy and what's that little flanker, that little slashy dude be running out the back. Debo, man. Hey man, until somebody got to get hurt, and it's just too early in the season. They ain't hurt yet. Man. Them boys is balling, and they playing in San Fran.
Yeah. Okay.
Just got to give it to them.
How about you, Daryl?
Man, I'm following that cab. Man, them 49ers, I've been telling y'all that. I remember week 1, I was talking about Purdy and y'all was all like, oh, he ain't as good. He ain't gonna be
I
that
don't
good
know
this
why you
year.
keep
Blah,
saying
blah,
that,
blah.
dog.
Yeah, okay.
San
Watch it.
Francisco is my Super Bowl pick from the beginning. San Francisco, go back and view the tape. San Francisco, Eagles, and Chiefs.
Yeah, you said Chiefs first, 49ers second, Eagles third. Yeah, that was mine too, though. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, I'm going San Francisco, man. San Francisco is a better team than the Dallas
Okay.
Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, they got a good defense, but like I told y'all, man, they be
I wouldn't be
sometimes
surprised if the
they great,
Cowboys
sometimes
go
they
in and
not.
get it, though. I wouldn't be
Huh?
surprised if the Cowboys go in and get it. I wouldn't. But
On
it's
on
on
the
you, Kurt.
on the Dallas Cowboys' best day, they can go in there and beat San Francisco. But how they don't have enough of those best days. You know what I'm saying? Not when it counts. They'll have that game against Minnesota. They'll have that game against, somebody else. But they ain't gonna have that game against San Francisco when it counts against the big team. I just can't see them doing it, man. They haven't done it since Aikman was the quarterback there. So I can't see them doing
Hey,
it now. Earl like, hey man, why you tripping?
hey.
Okay. All right, then. Kurt, you going with your Cowboys, right?
Well, I could, you know what I'm saying? But if they win, I'm gonna be happy about it. If they lose, I ain't gonna be surprised. But for the purposes of this competition, if I just go with the crowd, whether they win or lose, I don't lose anything. Therefore,
Okay.
give me the 49ers.
But Kurt, that reasoning don't make sense because you're in last place. So that means that
Exactly.
if you're still going to be, if it's all the same, it's still going to be. So you should pick your
No, because
team so that you can gain a
we got
game.
one. Now we got Minnesota. That's my out on the limb.
Okay.
I got Minnesota against Kansas City.
You also got Arizona against Cincinnati.
Yeah. So I got two of them I can make up on right there. I'm strategically going with the 49ers.
Okay. I got you.
Listen, guys, I'm really surprised, man, because I thought I was gonna have an opportunity to pull away and pick the 49ers because I thought for sure Hurl and Kurt would pick the Cowboys. I can't believe they bailing on their home team like that. It almost makes me want to change my pick, because you know what? I would not be surprised. This is a big game, man. The 49ers are undefeated. I can see the Cowboys getting up for that game. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys go in there in San Francisco and make a statement. Y'all remember I said that. But aside from that comment that I just made, I'm going with the 49ers.
Yeah.
That booty just man.
Hey, I do, man. I think this is the week where the Cowboys will make a statement and come back. But you know what? The last time I never got on their bandwagon before until this year. And I said, hey, this is different. And I was proven wrong when they went in there and got beat by the Cardinals of all teams. So, yeah, with that said, we got one more game, and that's the Monday Night Football game. And I'll kick us off with that one. It's the Green Bay Packers playing the Raiders. And I will never again pull for the Raiders, pick the Raiders. So I'm going with the Packers. I'm going with Jordan Love. Come in there to Los Angeles Coliseum. No, the Las Vegas stadium and beat them boys. I think they come in and get it done, get the win. Packers are, I'm not sold on the Packers like my cousin is, my little cuz. But yeah, I have to go with the Packers to come in and beat the Raiders. Okay. And with that said, I'm coming back to you. I'm standing on that decision, and I'm going back to you, Kurt.
I'm a Jordan Love fan, man.
Yeah.
I got to go with Jordan Love.
Okay.
Ain't Garoppolo out or something? Is he out?
Yeah, he's back, man. That's
Is it? Yeah, I
That's
think,
a wrap. That's a
yeah,
wrap.
yeah,
and that rookie quarterback, man, he was playing like he played for the Ruffles.
Yeah,
yeah.
He looked
I-
sad, man. Like
they
Yeah.
gonna get him. Green Bay
Oh.
gonna torture him.
oh,
for sure. How about you, baby bro?
Man, I watched Green Bay play last week. I actually watched a lot of that game. You know, I've been catching it on the red zone and on everything, whatever I could watch. But I watched a lot of that Green Bay game. And Jordan Love looks so bad last week. Did y'all
He
catch
did.
that? He
He
Yeah.
looks
did.
he
He did.
looks so bad, man. And if it wasn't for the injuries for the Las Vegas, I would probably choose Las Vegas because he doesn't look like an NFL. Well, at least last week. I can't speak for all the other weeks because I haven't been watching them that closely. Except for I think for week one. One day on Monday night or something, week one, and I watched that
Yeah.
game, right? And he looked good in that game, right? Did they
Yeah,
win? They
yeah.
won that game. And then I
Yeah.
watched him last week and I was like, yo, this don't even seem like it's the same person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna go with y'all, man. I think Hurl is gonna go with Green Bay, and like my big cousin did last game, he said, if they win or lose, I won't lose any ground, and I don't have enough faith in them to go out on a limb with them. So I'm going with Green Bay. I'm being strategic. And I'm going with Green Bay, even though I don't. The way he looked, I watched him play, and he did not look good. He did not look good at all. So I'm going with Green Bay though.
Okay, that sounds good, man. How about you, Earl?
Now if Pearl goes with Las Vegas, I'm gonna be mad because I should have went with.
You know what? If he goes with Las Vegas,
I
man, that's gonna
can't,
help
I
me.
can't
I'll catch you this week if you go with the.
say the only reason I can't go with them is I don't if Garoppolo was playing, I would go with Vegas.
I would too.
I just can't, like I said, that rookie quarterback, I can't even say his name right now. So I gotta go with Jordan Love because Jordan Love, hey man, he's sitting on 901 yards, 8 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. As a rookie quarterback, that ain't all that bad. Now, when he looked bad, he looked like garbage. But when you playing against a junior high school quarterback, bro, come on, man. Hey, man, you know what the Raiders need to do? They need to call Cam Newton and bring in. They need to bring somebody in. Bring in Cam.
The New York Giants is the stupid ones for not bringing him in to back up Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
It's a very doable offense with him. As far even if you made him third string,
right?
Goal line packages. That's dumb for somebody not to have Cam in their locker room right now at 31 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
An unstoppable goal line.
I said Raiders, right?
Yeah.
I said Raiders, right?
Picked the Packers.
No. I'm saying when I was doing my talk off, I did say Raiders, right? I didn't say Rams. For some reason in my head, I think I might have said Rams. I was thinking Raiders. But anyway, I'm going with Green Bay. Man.
Okay.
Either way, I'm going with Green Bay.
Well, that's all of our picks.
Hey, man, go with the Oakland Raiders, man. Go with the Oakland Raiders. Come on, man.
No, Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, now it's time for us to recap, the week. We coming to a close. That's all the games for the week. It's recap time. Floor is open.
So we did a lot of games last week where we all picked the same teams. And we did much better last week than we have the previous weeks when we all picked the same teams. Previous weeks, we all picked the same teams, and them teams usually lose more often than not. But last week we picked the same team on a bunch of games, and those teams won, with the exception of we all picked Pittsburgh to beat Houston,
Oh yeah.
and Houston won that game, and we all picked Cincinnati to beat Tennessee, and Tennessee won that game. So that AFC South did us in both those games, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. And if I remember correctly, India is in the AFC South as well, right? I think the team that's going to win that division is not going to be Indianapolis. I think it's still going to be Tennessee. I still have faith in Tennessee. This is going back to something Hurl said earlier about Indianapolis being the top team in that division.
They're all 2-2 right now, too, right? That division. They're all 2-2, right?
Yeah.
So it's wide open.
So yeah, it's wide open.
Yeah.
And I think
that was the only.
Tennessee
Those was the only two games that I missed, aside from I missed the Browns Ravens game. For some reason I picked the Browns.
Yeah,
and I think the Ravens won, right? I think that's what happened, and I think that's the only three games I missed. The one that we all missed, and that Browns Ravens game. Y'all all picked. No,
I was the only person.
One that picked the Ravens. So that you gained on us on that one. Yeah.
And I knew I was
who
that game.
Who we got on the bye? Who all's on the bye besides San Diego?
Oh man.
Cleveland.
Only reason I know San Diego's on the bye because I have two starters from San Diego.
Cleveland's on the bye. Cleveland's not on our list, so they on the bye.
Oh, okay. Yeah, San Diego and Cleveland.
No, it's more teams than that though. Let me check my because
we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have like 14 games this week. So there's two games that's
four teams.
So that's going to be 4 teams on the bye.
Yeah. Let me see. I think I could tell you one. Let me see. No, Cleveland. We already know that because I got
Seattle. Seattle's one of them.
And Buccaneers.
Okay, Seattle.
And Baker. Okay.
Oh yeah, money maker Baker.
Hey, they sitting at 3-1 though.
Right.
Sitting pretty, boy. They sitting pretty. They sitting pretty, man. So y'all think Dallas Cowboys is gonna fall to 3-2?
Hey, you're a Baker hater, man. You're a Baker hater, man.
I am a Baker hater. I don't think he's that good. I never did think he was that good. Not as far as NFL quarterbacks go. I think it was
I thought he was gonna be good coming out of college until I saw him. I mean, I know Kurt disagrees with me, but when he went to Cleveland, man, he just lost his, Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah.
They was winning in Cleveland in spite of Baker.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it. However you want to look at it.
They had a great running game.
When he was at Texas Tech, he gave them the best record they had. He got to OU, he gave them the best record they had. Took them to the only college playoff appearance. Cleveland, all he did was take y'all to the playoffs for the first time in forever.
I just want to know what's happening to
And he's sitting 3-1 right now.
Right now, yeah. Cleveland hadn't been to the playoffs since Bernie Kosar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cleveland was getting better before Baker even got there. They was playing better. If you was watching Cleveland, you saw, man, this team was already on the bubble, on the verge.
Yeah, but
they was so much on the bubble that they had the number 1 pick though.
My surprise this season, and it's not a good surprise. It's a bad surprise, and that's how bad Pittsburgh and New England Patriots. And the Patriots are playing. Those are two
That's
teams.
A surprise. That is a surprise.
You know who's sitting back happy right now? You know who's sitting back just laughing, sipping on champagne and laughing?
No,
TB12 laughing right now. Yeah. I told y'all it was me.
And you know what? I have to say this, man. I think Bill Belichick, he's a good coach and everything, but I think he got a little bit arrogant.
Not a little bit.
He can win without Brady. He thinks, okay, it wasn't all Brady. I could watch, I'm going to show y'all, and I'm going to take this quarterback and keep on winning. But I think his ego got a little bit too inflated to realize, nah, man, it was you and Brady that did that.
Yeah,
He's a good
but
coach, but he's
he
defensive.
always had that mindset, Chuck. He always had that mindset because you remember all the talent that he would put around Brady. He wouldn't put no talent around Brady. He wouldn't keep nobody. He wouldn't keep no good talent.
Yeah.
Man, I remember they went out there one year with it was
Randy
a wide receiver for the Texans, was their best wide receiver starting off the year. And God, what was his name? I was like, boy, they would never put no real talent around Tom Brady down there because Bill Belichick's like, my system can win. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna win. You got Tom Brady and a bunch of nobodies, and we're gonna win, you know?
Now he's realizing that Brady brought people around him to a different level.
Made everybody better.
Yeah.
He made
Because he was more
everybody
demanding.
better.
He was just as demanding as a head coach, you know.
Right.
And you
And
know,
that's
I
how-
thought that same thing about your boy Mahomes, but I'm realizing that Kareem, what was his name? The wide receiver that played for Miami now.
Tyreek Hill.
Oh, Tariq.
Tyreek Hill, it was just that good. See, I was thinking that Tyreek Hill was just fast, but Mahomes just makes everybody better. You know what I'm saying? He hits them in the right spots, make sure he gets the ball in space and all that stuff. And that dude, you know, and he was benefiting from it. So when Tyreek Hill went to Miami, I was like, oh, he ain't gonna be as good at Miami as he was in Kansas City because he don't got Mahomes throwing to him no more. I was wrong.
But check it out though.
And Mahomes is
You-
struggling.
Yeah, he's struggling, but you know 4 words that Patrick Mahomes says every day when he get home?
What?
I miss Eric Bieniemy. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because
Eric
it sure
looked
don't
good
look the
over
same
there. Yeah.
without that brother's offense.
Yeah. You're right, man.
It don't look the
people
same.
are starting
Not yet.
to realize.
Not yet. Not yet. I ain't saying he ain't gonna get it together. I'm
Yeah, he
saying
gonna get it
I
together.
bet you he miss Eric Bieniemy right now.
I think
He
people
was
underestimate.
scheming low grade receivers open.
They underestimate Eric Bieniemy on what he brought to that team. I think even more so than Nagy, more so than Peterson. You know, those offensive coordinators that was under him prior to Eric Bieniemy coming in. People better give Eric Bieniemy his props, and he's going to show everybody with that. He don't have a lot of talent around him in Washington in that offense.
Yeah,
But
Bieniemy.
he got them
back
boys.
to the
Bieniemy is
Yeah.
missing Mahomes. Dude, Bieniemy,
Yeah.
he was
Oh
back
yeah, vice versa. That's every
Yeah.
partnership.
for
I'm
real.
just saying it ain't all Andy Reid. You could tell. Patrick Mahomes is not as good of a player as he was under Bieniemy. Even though he was a 10, he might be just a 9 now. But he's
Yeah.
not as good as he was under Bieniemy. He's not.
I think it's just all comes with gelling. You know, you got to gel with your receivers. You know, they got a bunch of rookies, you know, not rookies, but a bunch of new players, and they have to learn the playbook, and then they have to get on timing with Mahomes because Mahomes still use Kelsey a lot because they're on that wavelength. You know, so he has to.
And I mean, Orlando Brown, them trading the left tackle and letting Orlando get out of there. I could see a little bit of, you know, he's getting hurried on some of his throws because even though his line is good, Orlando Brown was just the right kind of left tackle for him.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's just going to take a little bit for him to get used to, but I could just see Eric Bieniemy is missing.
Yeah.
On their mid-range passes, them drag passes, his outlet passes, he ain't throwing them. Eric Bieniemy be on his ass.
Yeah.
To hit the jet down man.
I mean, he motivates players too. You know?
Yeah. So anyway, I just think he's missing.
So before we go, what's y'all picks? We're gonna shift and go to college. We got the Red River Shootout going down. What's your pick, Daryl? Yeah, everyday Texan. What?
I don't know because I haven't been keeping up with college football, so I don't really know other than Colorado.
Well, Texas is ranked 3. Oklahoma is ranked what, 12 or something like that?
Yeah. They're moving slowly up the charts.
But I don't know. I haven't watched them, so I can't make an intelligent decision. I can't make an intelligent choice on that. So I don't know because I haven't watched one Texas game, and I think I watched one OU game this year, and they blew that team out, whoever it was they was playing against. So I don't know, man. I like OU. If I'm gonna choose one, just throw one out. I got to go with my Sooners. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know that. I don't know that for sure.
Who you got,
My
Chuck?
feeling, I got OU, but the thing with OU is last week that defense kind of disappointed me a little bit. I thought the defense was a little better than what they showed. So I do have cause for concerns, but my thing is I think OU will win, but that's more of my heart. I'm an Okie, you know what I'm saying? And I've been rolling with Oklahoma my whole life, ever since I sat in front of the TV with my dad and watched that 1970 Oklahoma-Nebraska game when Johnny Rodgers took that punt return to the house and they beat us, and we were so heartbroken. But I'm OU for life, and I'm going with them. But that defense, man, damn.
Was that before Noah told y'all to get on the ark?
You know, he's talking about
It was
1970. I'm like,
1970.
Lord,
Oklahoma was number one. No, I think Nebraska was number one. Oklahoma was number two. Oklahoma had, these might be some names y'all don't know. Greg Pruitt.
I remember him.
I know that.
You
I know
do?
that name. Mhm.
And it was him, and he was a Heisman candidate. And then they had Johnny Rodgers, number 20, that played with Nebraska. And I remember Nebraska had those red pants, dark red pants. And that damn Johnny Rodgers, man, he was something else.
Mhm.
Wasn't as good as Joe
Him and
Washington.
Daddy,
He wasn't
him
as
and
good
Daddy-
as Joe Washington, but he was good.
him and Daddy almost missed the game because the horse and carriage broke a wheel on the way home.
Okay.
Man,
As a matter of fact, that was before you were born, Daryl. It really was.
The Model T Ford ran out of gas.
see,
I don't remember though.
it
But one
wasn't
thing,
even
though.
unleaded. It wasn't even unleaded gas. It was just regular gasoline.
Oh, wait a minute. You were born in 70.
Right.
Oh, let me not.
Man,
No.
hey, Harold, it wasn't even gasoline, Harold. It was
Yeah.
coal. They was throwing coal
Coal
onto
up in the
a
car.
fire.
Now, hey, they had a wind up in the front. They was winding
okay.
the car up. For real.
It might not have been 70. It might have been
Coal onto an open
74.
flame, man.
It might have been 74.
That sounds about right.
It might have been 74. I don't think it was 70. It might have been 74.
But if it was 74, I was in this earth.
So when was
Yeah,
JC
you was
Watts
here.
the quarterback? When was JC Watts the quarterback then?
early 80s, I believe.
Early 80s.
Oh, that was early. Okay.
Before J.C. Watts, it was Thomas Locke.
Thomas
Yeah,
Locke.
yeah. Evans Peacock and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all probably
Sanders.
remember, they had Dean Blevins, dang, I can't remember the names, but I remember them quite clearly, But
That
yeah,
was
they had good
hey,
running
that
backs.
was when football was football.
And
So,
they had
Who
they
you
had,
got, Dirty?
They had the Selman brothers.
Who you
The
got?
Selman brothers. You remember the Selman brothers?
Yeah,
Leroy, Lucius,
Lucius.
and Leroy Selman, Lucius Selman, and it was one more.
I forgot the other one's name. Yeah.
Dewey Selman.
Yeah, Dewey. Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
All
Man,
right.
Texas is tough, but I think Oklahoma will score on more possessions than them. So I'm not just hoping. I think the Sooners can upset them.
Okay. Yeah, because they come off of a 40-0 beat that shutout last year, so they have to get Texas have to atone for that, boy. They're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how many picks, before we go, how many picks on this week do I have different from you, Chuck?
I can tell you. Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Tell me, Daryl.
game 1, y'all picked the same pick. Game 2, y'all picked the same. Game 3, Tennessee, Indianapolis. You picked Indy. Chuck picked Tennessee. Pick 4, y'all picked the same. 5, same. 6, same. 7, same. 8, same. 9, same. 10, same. Game 11, New York Jets versus Denver. Hurl picked Denver. Chuck picked the Jets. The next game is the same. Next game is the same. So it's 2 games that y'all have opposing picks. Just 2. The Jets in Denver and was it Tennessee?
So I have two opportunities to catch
and
you.
Tennessee Colts.
I
Yeah,
have
you
two
pick-
opportunities. And I
you pick-
almost changed my 49ers Cowboys pick because I thought you would pick the Cowboys.
No.
Yeah.
No, Cowboy, we still they gotta do some things before it's
Yeah.
some
It's still growing. See, they still growing in McCarthy's offense too.
yeah.
It's like if this game was 8-9 games into the season, I probably pick different. But I still ain't seen them open up the game yet and throw to the wide receivers. You know, you ain't gonna beat San Fran like that, throwing the ball 5 yards. They're gonna stuff the run. Dak gonna have to put the ball at risk, and his receivers, they're gonna have to win some of them 50-50 battles.
I think Dallas defense will be able to slow San Francisco down a little bit, though. I think 11 is going to follow McCaffrey all over the damn field.
Okay.
But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
You
know
know
what?
I gotta say, I picked the 49ers, but I would not be surprised if the Cowboys go in there and get up for this game and win it.
And if he really believed that, he'd have bet on the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hurl and Chuck
My
didn't go
football
out on any
mind.
limbs today.
Do
Huh?
what?
I said Hurl and Chuck didn't go out on any limbs today. Y'all don't have any picks that it was just you out there.
Well,
Me and both, I got one and Kurt got two. Like I
I
picked
wanted
Atlanta
to-
instead of Houston.
Since I won last week and I gained up a little bit, I wanted to play it safe.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
want you to do that.
Yes.
I want you to
Yeah.
continue doing what you've been doing. Both of y'all.
Okay.
Hey,
Like the way
hey,
it's
y'all
going.
know who I was impressed with. I ain't gonna lie, even though they lost, I was real impressed at the changes that Deion Sanders made and Colorado made.
Woo.
And they played them boys good. And that young wide receiver, that true freshman wide receiver that came in,
He came out of nowhere, didn't he?
man,
I'm like, why
out
that
of
boy
no,
just
I was like,
that
that kid's gonna be the best wide receiver on the team. That kid got some hands.
Got juice
He's
too.
ridiculous.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they gonna be like we said, when they get the middle of their lines on both sides, couple more linebackers, couple more defensive tackles, some beefy guards.
They're a few players
Boy,
away from
boy,
doing
boy.
it, man.
Boy,
Oh, yeah.
boy.
Man. What Deion, Deion, coaching Deion.
He's coaching.
impressed me. He
Yes,
impressed
he's
me
coaching.
from last week to this week to see how that they were up against a far superior team, flat out more talent, and they played them boys good. You know what I'm saying? That's coaching. That's coaching. That they had them boys up there ready to play, and I think that they played as good as they could have played. Now they made some mistakes in the first half, but it was a big game and they're kids. Young people, you're gonna come out with jitters and be excited, and you're gonna make some mistakes early. But when they settled and you saw the coaching, you saw how well they was doing. Like even with the quarterback, Sanders' son, he came out running a little bit more. You could tell that was a coach's decision. He said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna need you to scramble. I'm gonna need you to keep these guys so that they can't just tee off and come at you." You know what I'm saying? And like they did last week, we want you to.
And
be
they
able to
move the pocket on. They let him move the pocket too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Tell you what,
keep them guessing a little bit and stuff like that. All that is coaching.
If that damn Sanders kid at quarterback had just a fraction of the athletic ability that his daddy had, he'd be dangerous. Because just think if he had the escapability, the speed, and the athletic ability to, run out of the pocket like his daddy. Oh my God. And then the way he throws it too.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah,
but everybody can't run
it would be just
flat.
unfair, but
Deion ran a flat. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be an inkling of his dad as long as he's getting the education of the game and getting it from Brady and he's around all these top guys and then Deion, like he told him, he said, "Hey, I usually get a motivational speech, but you guys need to motivate me today."
And when they lost that
That's
game
what he
really
told.
bad, when they lost that game really bad to Oregon, Deion didn't get on the players.
No.
Deion got on his coaching staff.
Yeah.
He said we got to coach better, and
That
that's
lets
what
you know he coaches his coaches, and that's
Yeah,
very important.
Yeah.
yeah,
And especially when you're talking about the coaches that he got, because he got top coaches from other top schools. He got people who
Yeah.
played in the NFL.
More
He got, you know
coaching
what I'm saying?
experience.
He
Yeah.
don't got no scrub coaches, but Dion don't care. Dion's the alpha male in there, and he's the you know what I'm saying? And he's coaching them guys up. And you know what? It worked because week to week, they look like two different, same players,
Yeah.
two different teams. They gave that's a
Half to
better
half.
team. That's a better team than Oregon.
Yes,
USC
way
is a
better.
better team than Oregon, and
Way
they
better.
gave them everything that they could handle in that second half.
Already.
They gave it to them. You know what I mean? I almost
Yeah.
came back and won. The only coaching issues that I had, and I have to put it on Dion, is clock management at the very
Yep.
end. I was
That's
like,
that's
what
the
are you
only
doing?
thing.
What's
that
going
was
on?
awful.
What's happening? You know what I'm saying?
By
That's
the
the only
time
thing
they
I can put
finally
on Dion.
scored, they only had like a minute left. They had to kick the onside kick.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the only thing.
they had no
But
system.
you learn. You learn.
Yeah,
Yep.
Say that, Chuck. I didn't hear what you said, man.
the sense of urgency. What you were just saying. They had the ball with like 5 minutes left in the game, and they just no sense of urgency. They were coming up, walking up to the line of scrimmage, you know, taking their time, snapping the ball, doing all kind of, you know, and that is coaching because he's doing checks on the line and waiting for, you know, the coaches to send in the alternative plays or whatever, and they were just taking their time with it. Finally, when they did score, it was only a minute and something left in the game. I was like, man, they blew it. Yeah, it was awful. And that is all on coaching. They got to be better prepared than that.
It is. I agree.
I wanted to
Chuck,
talk
what's
to you,
going
Kurt,
on, man?
when we go offline, man.
Yeah, go ahead, sign us out of here, man, so we can get up out.
All right. Well, we want to thank y'all for joining us today. This was a great episode of the NFL Family Fight, man. It's me with my family here just talking football, and we want to hear what you got to say. You've heard what we had to say about these games. Now we want to hear what you have to say about these games. So comment down below. Tell us who you think are going to win these games. You know what? The game of the week. I want to know who you think is going to win this Dallas Cowboys San Francisco game. Before it happens, we want to know what you pick. We want to know your pick. All right. So comment down below. Let us know. Like, share, subscribe. Share this with the NFL fans, the sports fans in your life. Let them see what we're doing over here on the Ragsdale Network. Look at the other things that we're doing over here on the Ragsdale Network, man. It's a really uplifting network, and we really want to share it to people because we want to help people to do better, be better, and live better than they did yesterday. All right. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all be blessed. Peace.
Peace.
Out.
Dude.
All right.